Hello and welcome back to the Factorio Playthrough 1, Episode 3 now. We are going to work on getting copper into our system. So I was just looking at my videos and I saw that there's a copper patch to the left. I think I'm going to pull through from that, so let's go and grab it. Or maybe I was just thinking about this one right here. Why don't we use that? Seems like it's in a good spot. I think the other thing that I was thinking of doing was to try to help balance this line, and maybe I'll do that first, because this is just annoying me, because it means that this patch down here is going to run out faster, and I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop this back around. We're going to use a system with the splitter, where we just rebalance. So what that does is it makes sure that everything is balanced. So we take this line, we go down and up. We take this one, we go out and down, and then we come back in. And no. Bad game. Don't do that. We are going to take this up, and I am going to need another splitter, and we are going to need another power cable. And then I'm just going to split these two together. So that'll give us a nice short loop. You know, maybe later on we can use this for some more factories. Notice since we had that little delay of iron, you know, it's caught up. But let's also make sure we do this, so we clear this guy out. I think I am going to move this. So maybe I'm just going to pause for a sec. So I'm going to have to move everything. Because what I want to do is get that in the middle. So I have to move all of the things. Oh, and I don't have a tool, so I'm going to need one of those. Because it was taking very long. I did not realize that tools help you remove things. That seems a bit counterintuitive almost. Oh, it's in that guy's grasp. Okay. So I think we just want a one patch here. So this belt's going to come up this way. So all of this stuff is going to have to move also. But then I think we can go... Oh, how... Yeah, okay. So I think we go 1, 2, 1. Go in. We're gonna go in, out, in, out. So I think we're gonna need a pole here though. And now we're just gonna move some of these. I think this chest right there can stay. Let's go here, here, here. Of course, leave it up to me to be standing on like the only part where you need to for the chest. And then just reconnect some power. And we should be in better shape. At least we're balanced. Right, we're balanced now on the sides. We got this loop going here, so hopefully the fact that we're rebalancing and splitting, you know, will hopefully at least keep both sides somewhat moving. Can't tell. I don't know, because it might have just been backed up. But, let's hope that that works. You know, let's grab some transport belt. Oh, we need more copper. Oops. This one. Need more iron. But now let's just start up some copper here, right? Because we needed copper. We're basically all out. So let's get down to business. And we'll throw some copper here. We'll set this loop up. And I'm going to balance this one as well right before we hit this patch. So let's get that there. Let's hope I'm doing those right. I don't even know if I'm doing that right, but we'll see. So here it looks like, again, you know, looks like we're stuck here, but not so much here. So I don't know. Maybe that didn't actually do anything. But I feel like it should. You know, we got our, you know, coals going all the way around. So now it's just going to be a question of where we're going to set up our copper for these. I think I'm going to need to pull in more from somewhere else. But we're obviously going to be wanting it to pull like that is. So maybe if I just set it here. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. I'm just going to start with a setting of 8. I can always move that. So let's look. Let's get some steel processing. Let's see what happens here. So I don't think the balancer's actually doing much. Yeah, that was a little, you know, I do that from time to time. Just stand on the belt. Wonder why it doesn't let you go anywhere. Ooh. Oh, whoops. And reset these. build some more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need more copper. And we got steel processing. What else can we do with green? We can get electronics. And set up our pole. And we're out of copper. More copper. Copper, copper, copper. So let's go get some. Long trip. Grab a bunch of plate. And I took the weird route because I forgot exactly where the copper was. But there's 200 copper plates, so we had a bunch of copper ready for us. We just had to go get it, which is the goal, is to avoid having to go get it. Right, we want everything nice and easy and ready for us. Right, my coal is almost in a total loop. So these shouldn't all be able to perform. There's no way we're going to fuel all of those burners. Off of just one. Or just 2 miners fuel, 1 miner fuels 2 of these. So we got 2 miners. So they shouldn't be able to fuel it all. Where's my chest? Oh, all my spots are full. Let's make a pair of chests. For now, we'll just drop one of these. So we'll get 2 chests going. Right, again, we got the same problem. Really need to figure out if there's a solution for this. This should be rebalancing, that's what it's supposed to do, but then I think in the merge, it's just not. Maybe I need to rebalance here? Or maybe I just need to dump it into this? I don't know. I'm stumped. And they're fighting. There's a lot of plate we got. Oh, I made radar. I haven't put them down yet. Let's just really pump up our power. This is gonna make it just massive. Alright, look at it. We got some radar going. Power satisfaction is currently full. We set, I mean, I set up 5 of these guys on purpose. Like, I knew this chest is out of irons, so we'll give it a bunch more. We'll grab 366 transport belts. Wow. And then we'll drop a lot more in there. That way this guy can get started again. We got our fuel line is almost totally packed. Alright, that'll change once we get a little bit more off of this. Still trying to figure out the exact overall setup goal. I have to figure out how we're gonna run some more copper into this guy. You know, try to bring in maybe something over here. Alright, so let's chop this tree down. Let's bring in... This will cover that whole patch. Let's do one of these. Let's bring it. I think I'll just not even worry right now about balance. It's just one little thing. It's not even going to last very long on the belt. And give it some power. We're starting to get into that territory where we're going to need green science, which is always more fun. So let's just crank out some shotgun shell damage. And think about green science. So, for green science packs, we are going to need transport belts and inserters. But first, in order to make that, what I'm going to want is basically just a belt of iron next to a belt of copper. That is what I want. So if my iron's coming out here, my copper's coming out way over here. I'm going to want to get them together. I mean, this is a huge open space that I can build my factory in, which is what I think I'm going to use. So I think I'm just going to pull my copper over there. So let's get on this transport belt. We got plenty of it. That is not facing the correct direction. Run it straight up. So I think what might end up happening is I might get a couple more belts or feeds. You know, I don't want to really waste belts, so let's just pull this max level. Right, that way we might have some balancing acts going on there or something. Pull it straight across. And I think here we can move these. Move the pole right to this side for now. This box can get moved. This box is also going to get moved. And there we have it. All right, we have copper running next to iron. So let's next get myself a shotgun. Make a couple shells. And let's explode a rock. The rock was in the way. It was very bothersome. Alright, so next thing we're going to want to do is set up science. Which means I'm going to want to move this production up there. Let's look at our map for pollution. Have we spotted anything new? Maybe this copper over here I kind of knew about. We got this copper over here. No aliens yet, but our pollution is pretty widespread. We got pretty major power sink going on here. We got... Oh, We're dipping down. Alright, so we might need some more power stations. We got plenty of burners. It's the power plants we don't have much of. First, I think I really need to get this science up. So, for red science, right, we need 1 gear. So we look at this gear factory. Right, the gears, we look at making them, does it tell us in here? It's 0.5. For a red science pack, and it makes 2. I believe it makes 2 iron gears. 1 plate makes 2 gears. This is 2 iron plates to 1 gear. I think that's backwards. But if we have science packs, it takes 5 seconds. So like 1 gear factory can really power like 10 science packs factories. And 10 science pack factories can power 20 labs. If my numbers are right. I think that's how it works. I know it's definitely multiple labs. Now that's interesting that we have superior numbers on this side. Oh, it's because we're pulling, again, we're pulling from the close side, right? So that's one of the issues. The inserters, they always pull from the close side, so you get something like that. So we're gonna need maybe something where we pull from this other ring to balance it out. Maybe if I even tighten this up and then put my second set here and find a way to get that power, get that some coal. Maybe that would do it. Notice we're back to thin on coal now that we're powering more stuff, right? So we're still on just 2 coal miners. We're good. We have a lot of coal in the system, but it's a lot less, so we might be actually losing coal. So we might eventually have to run out and need to bump that up again. But first, what was I gonna do? Right, so it's this guy. This guy is really kind of... Well, I guess that wasn't messing us up, per se. But let's maybe just drop 1 here and here. We're gonna have to remove this once we get the science set up, because otherwise that's gonna filter off way too much, right? That's basically letting like 1 out of every 3 go through. So science, I only have 4 of these, so I'm going to need to pick up some copper. And let's get started. So, I'm going to... So the issue here is, I know it's easy to set up the red science packs, but I'm going to want something for my science centers where I have the ability to send all 4 packs in. So I need to put it somewhere where I can put them close, and I think it's going to go up here. Because the other part that we're going to need is eventually we're going to need stuff from oil, which we have a lot more of over here as well. Let me use this oil. 77, 110, 138, 157, 80. So not nearly as much yield from those oils as from the other ones we found earlier. You know what? Let's just set this up. I'm sure I can change it later. So this takes 1 iron plate and makes 2 gears. Yeah, okay. Maybe we do it less efficiently than the machine. That could be it. 418 transport belt. So much transport belt. It's kind of crazy. You know what? I am going to have to set up. I'm going to set up some more coal. I want to chock-a-block this thing. That's not where I want it. Let's start it on the edges. So I'm gonna have to look up, you know, ways to get good splits. I think this is a decent way to make that get in there, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I feel like there's some issues with that method. Because you have some that waste, but I know, so it moves every other. But since these have nowhere to go, it's just going to move every one. So I think everything is going to get moved. Alright, you're just going to have a little bit of excess just sitting there. But I don't know if I need to do anything after that. So here again we have this issue where there's just so much more on one side. Oh, I took out my balancer. Right. I took out the rebalancer. So I'm going to have to put that back in. So let's you know, totally mess this up for a little bit. Or wait, oh, I can't do it there. Well, I can do it there. I'll do it this way. So I can do it here, because I'm going to put this here, which means I can end this belt there. Put this there. Alright, that needs to switch. So that will allow me to go up. Wait. What? No. Apparently need to move it over one. So we need this. Then we can split. And then we go up, over, down, over, up, and across. So that should rebalance that. So that when this gets stuck, they both get stuck. Hopefully this is also going to keep that going in that method. So it looks like it's working, right? Because here we got, you know, a large stack here, but it's already balanced. So it is working. It's doing its job. So I like that aspect. So that is working. So I guess here it's just because it's still so flat. Because this is still pulling from here, and then I'm balancing it. So I think I need the rebalance. Okay. So I think I need to rebalance here instead of here. So will this work? That is the $1.5 million question. Let's find out, shall we? Looks like it's staying pretty even there, huh? So let's give you some iron, you some iron, you some iron. You all the iron. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to go take a look at my past science exploits. Right, I had a setup that I really liked to use for red science packs. Our coal looks like it's stable now. You know, it's spreading out. Again, like it's getting unbalanced as we're pulling from it. But the goal is just that we don't mine from one side more than the other, and it doesn't look like we're doing that here, right? It looks like once it gets stuck, it gets stuck. This one they're churning out together. So that's the goal, right? We don't want one patch running out faster than the other. And that is what we are getting. So on that note, we are going to take a break right here, and then we will be back once I look at my science. We're going to set up some red, some green science packs, and get this ball rolling and kicking it into high gear. Maybe we'll find some alien nests and get to blow them up. Who knows? Stay tuned for the excitement. Thank you for watching.